stood without at the sepulchre weeping. And as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre, and seeth two angels in white sitting, the one at the head and the other at the feet, where the body of Jesus had lain. And they say unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She saith unto him, Because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back, and saw Jesus standing, and knew not that it was Jesus. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, saith unto him, Sir, if thou have borne him thence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. Jesus said unto her, Mary. She turned herself, and saith unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. This account of Jesus' resurrection, this first encounter between him and Mary Magdalene in the garden of the tomb, is recorded in chapter 20 of the Gospel of John. Over 1,000 years later, on a rainy March day in 1912, in a cold, dark basement, this passage would go on to inspire Charles Austin Miles at his home in Pitman, New Jersey. Miles, a prolific writer of gospel music, will probably always be most remembered for the song he wrote on that dreary day in his basement. The song itself, printed in over 200 hymnals, would share the peace and tranquility of fellowship with God. I think this passage and this song have always spoken to me so much personally because I find myself oftentimes falling into, the trap of anxiety and worry. I myself am a very anxious person, and I oftentimes run through scenarios over and over and over again in my head, and I can't get things off of my mind. So while for others, Jesus and God act as this source of joy or this source of, jubilation and praise within their life, for me personally, the aspect of God that's always stood out to me and the part of him that I love more than any other part of Jesus or the Godhead is just simply the peace that fellowship with him brings. Part of the peace of God is saying that, things might be stressful, things might be damaging to us and might be concerning to us, but right now in this moment, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on around me or in my life, because I've come to this place, I've come to this garden, I've come to this point where I'm simply with Jesus and I can fellowship with him. As Christians, I think we should all have not physical places, but times, moments, snapshots in our life where we can look back and we can think that no matter what trials or no matter what struggles we were going through at that point in life, we had a spot where we could turn to this peaceful garden, this moment where we're just simply fully relying on Jesus. And it's in those struggles, it's in those hard times that when we turn to God, we as Christians find a peace that the rest of the world can't understand. They don't understand. Frankly, I don't think we as Christians fully understand it either. But the beauty of it is that we don't have to understand it. We don't have to understand every aspect of why we're calm or why we're nervous. We just have to know that in those moments we are with Jesus in our own personal garden. We have found peace and joy in him.
With me, and he talks with me, and he tells